What up, family? It's boy Dad Swing the Mirror Lee. Just turned 520. It was 519. 84% on my phone going all the way to 531. Long story short, you notice everybody say long story short. Everybody use that long story short. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna be that short. But look, all my alcoholics and addicts out there, you know the 8-8 opening is today at the Harris Theater in my city, Chicago. I'm gonna try to make it if I don't have nobody trying to apprehend me, aka the police and shit, like they tried to do last Saturday at the Dollar Tree. Um, I know people think of me as they villain after I didn't help them, reach their highest potentials or whatever and stuff. That's what the devil does. They wait and see what you gonna do, then they, rob you, railroad you or whatever, and kill you for what, you worked hard for or whatever. Okay, with that said, we all been there and done that, know that story, right? Probably happened to you. And hurt people hurt people. That's what they say. I say BS. You understand what I'm saying? Long story short, the devil try to take everything from me. Come to kill, steal, and destroy. Now, I had already known, that I was somebody. I didn't realize to what multitude. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't think it was this serious. Our ancestors fought for everything and didn't reach, well, some reached, higher potentials and stuff like that. They talk about Black Wall Street, having everything and, getting bombed and whatever the case may be. Maybe we need to ask ourselves, why God keep taking stuff from us? Because it's a generational curse. Just like all people had to do around the world, because, I did, bring everybody together like Martin Luther King wanted or whatever. And I did it with, rap music. Everybody rapping. I did it with social media. It's because of me. You got them phones in your hands. Yes, I know. I didn't come up with the device, but I pushed it and pushed it and pushed it and pushed it and pushed it. One thing about the devil, they love making money and stuff. So anything I push and make money, you understand what I'm saying? They like until it start affecting them. Because this here, contraption, this here device, is worse than a gun because it could stalk your prey. Yeah, here she come. There she go. You see her? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's how they almost, apprehended me last Saturday because somebody got on their phone. You understand what I'm saying? And say, yes, I'm at the Dollar Tree. And I'm walking out the Dollar Tree and police pulled up on me and stuff, as I was going out. Now, what was they planning on doing had I not walked out before they pulled up? So I asked them, are you looking for me? You understand what I'm saying? Mary Lee Davis, that's, my name or whatever. And then they pulled up on the side of the bus, try to get some lady to aggravate me and, agitate me or whatever and stuff. Because they wanted me to be upset so they can, blame me and keep all that money that I helped generate, with rap music and so much other stuff, Just think about everything you got in your home or whatever. And then think about the billions of people that, bought the same thing. All the way down to, a spoon or a fork. You understand? So the money is there. Reparations could have been passed out. And all I wanted was $2 million tax-free in 1995. Now, if you don't think your own family will, throw you under the bus, I fought for my sister. You understand what I'm saying? When it got the police, when she got a black eye from her boyfriend, opened up the door with the police right there. She didn't even know I climbed out the window. And I was a teenager, right? Wasn't even with my family 6 months. And they was getting on my nerves and stuff. You know what I mean? Real talk. I guess she thought I was going to run in there and save her. But I played it smart. Climbed out the window when it got the police. Me and the police at her front door. She come to the door with a black eye. The guy that blacked the eye sitting on the couch like everything okay. And she told the police everything was okay. Then the next day, that same guy, her boyfriend, came to me like he was going, black my eye and stuff. And I was like, I'm not my sister. I'll cut your throat. Real talk. And I stood on that and I meant that. And I wasn't playing. Real talk. But eventually I got my eye black, wearing red my fault, red, black, and green colors. You understand what I'm saying? For real. On Holman and Roosevelt, uh, February the 10th of 2012, while I was snacking or trying to get a snack after fasting for 9 days. Homeless, wearing African colors. And I'm an American, right? Imagine that. My first black guy doing Black History Month, wearing Black History colors, trying to save black people. So, you know, damn if you do, damn if you don't. It's 525. I ain't got a lot of kicking. That's the spirit for you. Long story short, the next day they said Whitney Houston died. And then they said her daughter died. But I don't believe everybody died. I think they just trying to kill me because they heard me in 1995 when I put my voice to the sound of music on 3 cassette tapes, front and back in the Martin Luther King I Have a Dream speech. And I said that my signature was going to be worth more than Michael Jordan. They was like, they probably like who she thinks she is and stuff. You understand what I'm saying? I could just imagine what they was thinking. So they threw me on the psych ward and stuff, for real. I wonder what they think now, for real. Because my signature is worth more than Michael Jordan. Because when I got to this trap building, Feather Fist program, all they had me signing was my life away. And, acting like it's a contract. That's what the manager told me. You signed a contract. My contract say I can't smoke or drink and, I get kicked out if I get violated and pregnant. You understand what I'm saying? Well, that part don't say it. But that's what he told me because I asked. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know they don't care about me, right? Long story short, I wasn't the only one that signed it. So if I go, he go, real talk, because I was under distress when I signed it. They gave me cancer in 2016 on the psych ward at the Cook County Jail, trying to, study discredit me, real talk. And, I was like, I guess this is it. This is the place I'm going to die. But something told me to keep on going. So for the ones who think I'm a villain, and, you want to put all the weight on me, like the Staple Singers, they got a song, Put the Weight on Me. I'm like, nah, the devil is a lie. I caught them too. You understand what I'm saying? Mavis. Take the M off and put a D. You got Davis. That's me, Mary Lee Davis. You understand what I'm saying? And she met my foster mother. Yes, she did. Mavis Staples. She met Betty Jean Redmond. They was best friends. Real talk. So nothing happens in this world by mistake. Oh, I flipped the Bible to Deuteronomy chapter 27 and 28. I said it's a curse. Why? Because, your own family would throw you under the bus. My mother, Mary Lee Wright, I always wanted to know why her name was Wright and mine's is Davis. You understand what I'm saying? Because she probably was with them white folks and stuff. See, older people, they was hating on us, the people that came up with me. Because, we went for it by any means necessary, right? We wasn't begging. We earned it. You understand? And they probably felt some kind of way, It's a generational curse. So they never thought rap would go this far, I guess. And, my influence, and it was just me trying to survive and stuff and doing the right thing. Because I was taught if you work hard, you get what you, deserve, And all I wanted was the American dream, a house with a, picket fence, 2-car garage, something simple. You understand what I'm saying? But people wanted more once the money started coming. Long story short, my mother, Mary Lee Wright, allegedly my mother, I asked her, because I was a foster child, when I finally went to live with my sister, Linda Nelson, and her 4 daughters, whom I pretty much raised. And yeah, long story short, with my money. I asked my mother, I said, why did you give me away and everybody else was, still a part of the family, sort of, kind of speaking. You understand what I'm saying? And, who's my father? That's what I wanted to know. And she said Tyrone. So I thought Tyrone Davis was my father all along. She never really, elaborated on it. And, we was about to get on the bus and she said, don't say nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So I didn't say nothing. Do you know my mother got on the bus and said, this is my daughter, Mary. You understand what I'm saying? Let everybody know when I was a teenager that, you understand what I'm saying? And I was like, she just told me don't say nothing. Why would you put me on blast like that? So I don't know if we was related or not, but everybody want to come up. But what I do know, when she allegedly died, my mother, Mary Lee Wright, March 23rd of 2000, the headstone that I paid for said Mary Lee Davis. Now that I do know. And it's 5:30. Let me flip this Bible. This one for me. You know what I'm saying? Because the curse is on y'all. It ain't on me. This is my scripture. Ezekiel chapter 25, 26, 27. Today is the 27th. And we can go to 28. I mean, easy like Sunday morning. So be careful of the company you keep even in your house. I had 5 on us. But, they say mother is against daughter in the Bible. It's the 3. I'm originator of rap since the age of 8, 1975. Now, you can hate me all you want, but that's the honest to God's truth. 1335 East 75th Street is where it originated. It is 531. Step your game up. Peace.